Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today I am so excited. I got something in the mail, and I've been wanting to show you. Actually, I got it a couple days ago, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and turn the camera on. We have a mysterious benefactor who sent us some of the figures from Wave 2 of Final Faction. That's right, Final Faction, for those who don't know, is the exclusive line of action figures that are being sold at Dollar Trees all over the country. I don't know, maybe all over the world, but it is a line of action figures that is sort of a love letter to the heyday of action figures in the 80s and 90s. It really reminds me a lot of the way that G.I.Joe figures were marketed way back when they first came out with their 3.75-inch figures. It reminds me of the old Star Wars figures. I mean, you know, it's a love letter to the stuff that I love. So that's really cool, and so super special thank you to Racer X. I'm just gonna call you Racer X for now, because I have not been able to find these toys in the wild on my own. I've checked all over Pittsburgh, I have checked places in Ohio, and so this is my first chance to look at these. And Monica opened the box so that she could say proper thank yous to people, but I have not looked in here except for a little bit of a misstart that we had about 10 minutes ago. So you know, let's just dig right in here. So we've got figures here. So our first guy, look at this. This is Torn, and you can see, all right, you know, he's got the hood, he's kind of mysterious, he's purple, he's still a member of Alpha Team. And I remember during the, you know, there is a new episode of the Final Faction animated cartoon that mentions Omega Team. And I'm really curious to see Omega Team figures start popping up. You know, like in my head, I want there to be an Alpha Team, I want there to be a Beta Team, I want there to be a Gamma Team, even though they'll all be Hulks, everybody knows. But still, I want to see them. And I want, and of course, you know, buy the living crap out of them. So anyway, we do have Torn here, and he is a member of Alpha Team. And of course, we've got the awesome Final Faction card art, which really goes a long way to selling the figures. You know, when you go through the aisles at the dollar stores, very oftentimes you know, it's not uncommon to see some dollar action figures, but they don't look like this. Okay, it's usually some very generic looking packaging, and very oftentimes the back is just like paper, you know, it's brown paper or whatever. But here, once again, hearkening back to those awesome toys of the 80s and 90s, we get a full bio of this character. And so we see Torn, and we see that he's not the strongest guy, but he is fast, he is agile, and his origins are unknown. Mysterious and stoic, Torn is an outside asset to the Alpha Team. He appears out of nowhere like a ghost to aid in the battle against the Karn, before once again fading into the shadows. Oh, that's a comma. That's a comma, not a... Not a period. Okay. Weapon of choice. Torn prefers using his forearm blades when he can't get up close and personal. His unearthly service weapon does the trick. So, all right. So yeah, we have Torn here. And speaking of Torn, let's tear into this package. You see what I did there? It's because his name is Torn, and you have to tear in. You know, I don't want to tear the package, but I have to in order to get the toy inside. All right, and so here we go. I'm peeling things away, and see, we've got these. I can already tell these are the forearm blades. So accuracy, points for accuracy. And then we've also got his unearthly service weapon right here. There we go. And oh yeah, there. The camera's actually focusing in on it, which is cool. Yeah, that is a cool looking gun. You know, maybe it's a rail gun, although I've heard that those are a scam. And then we've got a hood, like a Zartan hood. That's very cool. I'm glad that it's a separate piece. You know, so many figures have like a hood or something that is just like molded into the back, and then you can't give them a helmet or anything else. But I like that that comes off. And of course, let's get to the character himself. There he is. There is Torn. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's... Okay. Well, I didn't know. I did not know. So let's just go over to the other camera. So here we have Torn, and I'm going to zoom in real close. There we go. There we go. So there we go. There's Torn, and I like the iridescent indigo. It's, you know, he looks good. You know, he's got kind of a purpley blue going on here with his armor. But that reaction was when I looked at the back of his head, because he's got this going on. Oh, come on. Focus in. Focus in. You can do it, camera. Yeah, that is the back of his head. He's got, like, some kind of cyborg alien face. It's not... I don't think that it's an alien. I see what appears to be metal and flesh. Oh, that's unsettling. That is so wrong. I had no idea. It doesn't say on the back of the package, oh, he's got an extra face on the back of his head. We've got a couple people joining in the chat here. Mike Spicer says, I need to win a set of Wave 2, please, LOL. And you know what, Spicer? At some point, maybe you can. And Joy says, it does remind me of those 80s action figures. Very cool. Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, and not giving away the secret here, although I guess I gave it away. I just gave it away. So let's go ahead. So first, of course, you got the mysterious hood, and you know, it's a good hood. It looks good. It fits well. Can I get my camera to focus in on it? There we go. So there might help if I take the box out from behind so that the camera isn't trying to focus on anything else. So there we go. That is yeah, there we go. And of course, we've got some good detail on his abs and everything. Looks like there's a little bit of stray paint on his nose and cheek there. You know, I'll live with that. And then we've got, yeah, cool armor. Very cool armor. And, you know, importantly, it covers up the ghastly abomination on the back of his head. And then we've got his blade, his arm blades, which just fit right on here. And that's very cool. I really like the arm blades. You know, that's... And you could rotate them to be out of the way. He doesn't always have to be trying to slice you up. It's like, here, shake my hand, and then... Oh no! You cut my hand off! No! Yeah, you know, he can be friendly, but you know, he can also, you know, there's not so friendly and friendly mode. So yeah, he can go either way here. And then we've also got his unearthly sidearm here, his service pistol, which does actually kind of remind me of the railgun from Cowboy Bebop, the live action show that we just binged this weekend and was kind of awesome. So, you know, I think that I know that the reviews were kind of questionable on it. I loved it, and I thought it was great. But I know I think that it's hard for sometimes when, you know, especially when you're really attached to a cartoon or an anime or something like that, and then somebody makes a live action version, and it's hard to translate the animated stuff into the real world, and when it doesn't match what's in your imagination, then you're just like, I don't like it. And I remember people were very hard on the Watchmen movie that came out quite a while ago, and I loved that too. So, but yeah, anyway, so he's got his unearthly service weapon. Now, here's what I want to do this, okay? So let's rotate the head around. Oh, and there's a little tab in the back of the hood that plugs into this little box, you know, this little square hole on the back of the neck. And so that is actually how you secure that. And so now let's take a look with the other camera and see how. Oh yeah, that is some unsettling stuff. Look at that. Oh, I don't want to run into him in a dark alley. He's awful. Like, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, I would. So I remember he made a token appearance at the end of episode 1, Earn That Cookie. And he was like a shapeshifter or something like that. And so I guess that's what this is sort of the embodiment of. And I want extra faces. I already want extra faces. But did he drop his gun? Did I already lose the gun? Till all are lost or broken. I mean, he did. Oh, this is cool. Oh shoot, yeah, okay, I see the gun. So he even has a holster here on the side, and the gun fits in there. Look at that. That is perfect. It is a perfect fit. That's great. So, all right. You know what? I'll admit it. I wasn't. I was excited about the dog armor. Like, I really want to see the dog armor, so I'm saving that for last. And this guy is awesome. He is so cool. So loving this guy. This is Torn. Let's go ahead and look at some other guys. And spoiler alert, I'm going to do Short Circuits videos right after this for each of these individual things. And so, yeah, if you don't want to see me yammer on and respond to comments and stuff, you can just watch those. Although I'd prefer you watch both. And like and subscribe. Click the thumbs up. Tell your friends and family. You know, make them subscribe also. But anyway, so, Joy says, reminds me of the cover art of Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. Joy, I have a confession. I don't know the artwork for Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. I guess I could probably wait a minute here. I can do this. I've got the power of the internet, so I can do this. I can say, Somewhere in Time, Iron Maiden, and images, and okay, I see. Yes, yeah, you know what, I see it now, and you are correct. The Torn, like, if Torn were naked, then this is what I guess the back half of his body would look like. So let's go ahead and let's look inside the box. So here is the box. Oh, I'm zoomed in too much for my camera to see what's in the box. So we've got Scope. There he is. This is Scope. And of course, he comes with a sniper rifle, and I can't tell what this is because there's too much reflection on it. And he's got a couple other guns. He comes with a lot of stuff. That's really cool. Again, really cool armor. Also a member of Alpha Team. Let's take a look at his bio. Now, I seem to remember during Earn That Cookie, I believe that Scope was Schiff's brother. So, and he like threw a paper airplane with precision accuracy, and then she got her spider sense tingle and she sliced it in two in midair, which, you know, both pretty badass. So all right, let's take a look here. We've got Scope, and let me make sure that is in focus. All right, so the origins, mountains of East Asia. That sounds familiar. A long-range specialist, Scope has the ability to keep all targets on the battlefield in his sights. Scope provides lethal cover fire for Alpha Team and always hits his mark. Weapon of choice, Scope is a master of long-range weapons using his tech rifle Stormwatch's explosive rounds. Scope can always bring the rain. Yeah, Scope is a badass. That's what I'm learning here. Scope is a badass. So let's go ahead and let's open up Scope, and I'm going to try real hard not to lose the little bits, because there are a lot of little bits to lose here. And there we go. So we got a little pistol. Yeah. Little pistol. The camera's not going to focus in on it, even if I cover my face. Almost. It looked like it was going to. I'm just going to set the little pistol down. We'll get good views of all this stuff in just a second. And a second little pistol. And then, of course, we've got the sniper rifle with the explosive rounds, which, how cool is that? Oh, yeah. See, the camera likes that. Well, it liked it for a second. But, come on, camera. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. That is pretty darn cool. Well, the camera liked it for a second. And now I want to see what this is. Oh, this is like an ammo backpack. Look, there's a little clasp on the side. So, all right, we got that. Let's get Scope out. Again, awesome packaging art. You know, these, I love the art style of these. They make me want to collect them. And, you know, all the stuff on the back. I mean, this is what makes us buy plastic. It's the cardboard that makes us buy the plastic. That's how it works. So let me set that aside. And Scope is cool looking. He is very cool looking. You know, I wish I were as cool looking as Scope, but I'm not. Now I hear that in addition to being quite the badass, he also has minty fresh breath. So anyway, let's go ahead and change views here so that we can get a good view of Scope. And yeah, he looks good. The metallic red really pops against the black, and there's a lot of detail molded in here. His face looks good. His shades look good. He definitely has a little bit of a Tony Stark look to him, but the mustache is completely different. And so we can put his arms up. He's got holsters on both sides, so he can hold his guns in his hands. There we go. And maybe we can show those guns finally. Yeah, there we go. Good view of the gun. And We got the other gun. I'm always really impressed by how well the guns are hold into the hands. You know, there's some really nice molding happening here, and just so you know, it's not just a matter of designing a 3D model and then it's like, okay, mill out the negative of that model and it just comes out. Because the engineers also have to consider how different thicknesses of plastic will shrink and deform as they cool in order to get predictable shapes. So it's not as straightforward as you might think, and being able to get something that has that kind of a tolerance to be able to reliably grip and hold something like that actually shows a lot of care, and I appreciate that. And of course, we can take the pistols and put them into his little holsters. There you go, and there we go. Yeah. So, yeah. He's got his guns in his holsters. Good shin guards. He's ready to play soccer. Looks good. The backside of the figure is as nicely detailed as the front. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And of course, what everybody wants to see is the sniper rifle, because his name is Scope. Okay, he's either going to have really fresh breath or he's going to shoot you from miles away. There's really only two ways you can go with a name like that. And I prefer to believe that not only can he shoot you from miles away, but he also has minty fresh breath. So that's good. But yeah, really cool, really nice figure. I love the simplicity of the metallic red on black. Sometimes, like certainly it's always well and good when you have lots of intricate paint details and stuff like that. But the most successful G.I. Joe character ever was the one they made as cheaply as they possibly could. Snake Eyes molded in straight black with no paint detail. And there's a lesson to be learned there, that more complicated, more expensive is not always better. The brilliance is in simplicity. I gave him his backpack. I'm not sure whether it goes like that or like that. I think it goes like that. I like it higher on the back. So yeah. So there you go. You got the backpack, pegs into the back. He's got his guns in his holsters. He's got a really cool sniper rifle. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if I could... Oh, and you see there's a peg on the side here, so I could probably peg that onto the back as well. And I was just kind of wondering if I could get him to do like one of these things. You can sort of get him to do it, but he's not happy to do it. He can... Yeah, see, it's just sort of balanced in there. So... he does have a bit... Yeah, Joy says that he has a bit of a John Wick vibe. I get that. Yeah. And the fact that he's armed to the teeth, that definitely helps. And Michael Spicer says, Iron Maiden artwork rocks literally and figuratively. Very good, Mr. Spicer. I'm just going to throw out, even though on chill streams I typically don't do this, I'm going to go ahead and throw out a toast to both Michael Spicer and author Joy Thayer for their astute commentary. A toast to you both. So, here we go. And I am going to set Scope aside. I will be looking forward to buying a few more of those because he's cool. And this is... Okay, so here's the one that I've been waiting for. This is for all the bananas, so to speak. Even though this character has absolutely nothing to do with bananas. You know what? I should probably just get off the whole bananas thing because because it's completely irrelevant. But here's what's relevant. It gave me time to set up the view in the camera. So there we go. This is Churro, and his I believe that the armor is called F.I.D.O. Oh, it's F.D.O. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to edit the description in this video and the keywords, because I had it like F.I.D. I thought it was an acronym. I knew it was called F.I.D.O. I didn't realize how it was spelled. So that's what happens when I'm looking at this stuff for the first time live. I learn things. Yes, I learned things. So here we go. We've got Churro, the little dog, and his armor. That's cool. I mean, dog armor. Why have we not seen dog armor before? I'll tell you why. Because there's some very creative minds behind Final Faction, and I salute those creative minds. So here we go. And we can look up the back here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. So Churro and the F.D.O. armor, because it's F.I.D.O. Steadfast, loyal canine companion, Churro's bite is every bit as bad as his bark. Okay, on the show, he is shown as very playful, and look at that face. I mean, just look at that face. Oh my gosh, he is such a cute little schnookums. He is just a cute little schnookums. His bite isn't as bad as his bark. He's just a cute little guy. He got a little tongue there, and even the Robo armor next to him looks like it's Happy Robo armor. I mean, if you're an alien scumbag trying to destroy the planet, then he's going to tear your arms off. But if you're a friendly human, then he's just a little dog with robotic armor. That's it. So yeah. Anyway, his bite is every bit as bad as his bark. Whatever we want to say. On the field of battle, Churro pilots the F.D.O. mech to protect his best friend from all threats. Weapon of choice, Churro's F.D.O. mech can be modified for flight or ground battle. After all, nothing is scarier than a flying chihuahua with guns. You know what? That is quite possibly the greatest write-up for any piece of fictitious artillery in the history of war toys. Nothing is scarier than a flying chihuahua with guns. I want that on a t-shirt. Are we allowed to put that on a t-shirt? I don't know if we're allowed to put that on a t-shirt. This is probably copywritten. So we'll have to get creative with it. I don't know, but nonetheless, I love that, and I'm going to open this. I get to open it, and so I'm trying to be kind to the packages so I don't utterly destroy them. It's hard with blister packs though, because they just want to tear. Alright, so here we go. Here. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is so much better than I had hoped. It is like they gave him the big chihuahua eyes. Look at that. He's such a little guy. Let me put him on the camera here. I can do that, and maybe the camera can focus in. Maybe. Okay, that's zoomed in as close as we can get it. Oh, look at that face! He's adorable! And he's got a little harness with a handle, and it looks like... Wait, are those straps? Yeah, those are little straps. Oh, that is so much better than I expected. I mean, honestly, I expected to get a molded, just a molded brown piece of plastic for the dog. I didn't expect detailed painting, and I certainly didn't expect such an adorable expression on his face. Churro is awesome. And look at okay, so if you look really closely, you can see some of the mold lines here very subtly on the underside here, wrapping around the body. And what that's telling me is that it looks like Churro would have been probably a 3-part mold. And that's very telling because a lot of manufactured toys go to great lengths to be molded with just 2 parts. You have a front half of the mold and a back half of the mold, and you put them together, and then they mold your part. And that's because it keeps the tooling costs down. Developing 3-part or 4-part molds and things like that is more expensive. So what that tells me is that they're willing to go the extra mile to create these things, and to me it shows a certain level of confidence on the part of Dollar Tree that they're going to that extent to get really cool looking toys. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the F.D.O. armor. It sounds like F.I.D.O. All right, so there we go, and I will set this aside. And oh, that's cool looking. Oh yeah, and he's got a moving head, and he's got moving appendages, and look, he can do the super dog thing. And he's got a mechanical tail, and all important, you've got the little hatch, and then we are going to take our little Chihuahua. Tell me that we can do this. This has to work. This has to work. Oh, it does. It does. It does. Look at that. Chihuahua on board. Bam. And I noticed something here. Okay, are you noticing what I'm noticing with the F.D.O. armor? So it already looks really cool. Let's just before we get our observations, and that way, if you're watching this, you have a little bit more time to see. It's already a really cool design for the armor. I like the 2 different tones of kind of a browns and grays. It looks really good. The colors work well together. They're subtly different, but they add a lot of dimension to the look of the toy. And then they've got the paint detail on the face of the dog head there, and that looks really good. Yeah, focus in on the dog, not my chair, camera. Okay, there we go. And then you look at the shoulder, and it has the yellow there, which in my headcanon, that's like a glowy bit. But notice what else we're seeing here. I see conspicuous holes on the back and on the shoulders, which tells me that there's going to be weapons packs. Now, let's see. This is the Air Assault weapons pack from Wave 1, and let's just go ahead, since my lovely wife has provided an Air Assault. Let's just see if these actually fit. But I would not be a bit surprised if the F.D.O. armor gets its own weapons pack. So let's find out if Steel's wings. Oh wait, that was for the battle mech. Yeah. The ACRM, if I remember correctly. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, this is good. This is good. All right, so we've got. Yes. you can take the ACRM wings and put them onto the F.D.O. armor. Let's see what else we got here. We've got like one of these jump jet things. I can. Does it fit? Does it fit? Yeah, sure does. Okay, wait here. Let's try this. Let's take off the wings. Okay, we're gonna put the wings back here. Okay, on his back. Because you don't want him to have to only move his wings with his front legs, because then if he has to move his front legs, it alters his flight course and then he crashes. And what kind of a pilot is a Chihuahua going to be anyway? I mean, he would have to be a really talented Chihuahua, which, you know what? If there is a really talented Chihuahua, I'm sure that Churro is he. So here we go. We're gonna put the wings on there, and then, I mean, honestly, this is what you want, right? You want to have. Okay, get out of the way, wing. There we go. Oh yeah, heck yeah, bam. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. This is something that I mentioned in some of my other reviews that I would have liked to have seen more of, is cross-compatibility. And look at that. We've got guns and we've got wings. Look at that badass dog right there. Badass Robo-Dog. I mean, you know what? We won the war. We won the war because we had a Chihuahua in a mech suit. Aliens ain't got a Chihuahua, and they ain't got a mech suit. So, we win, you lose, go back to space. That's it. War's over. Chihuahua in a mech with wings and guns. And you know what? It's true. Okay? What we've learned is that the packaging is true. Nothing is scarier than a flying Chihuahua with guns. We now have a flying Chihuahua with guns. All right, well, definitely not Dino Mutt. I got a little bit of a K9 vibe, at least from the head. The body is the body that K9 wishes he had. But the head has a little bit of a K9 look. And Go Boy has joined the chat. A toast to Go Boy. Since we're doing that. And Go Boy says, as collectors, we're raked over the coals by so many other companies financially, so it's nice to see these. So refreshing. And I agree. I love the whole concept behind Final Faction. I love that collectors and kids can play with toys too, and we would be able to, a kid could get all of these and it doesn't break the bank, and also have enough for customizing and kit bashing and army building. I mean, I want a whole army of churros. In fact, I want a whole bag of churros. In fact, honey, when we went grocery shopping, did we get a bag of churros? Dang it. Well, anyway, I think that's everything. That is everything in the box. So I'm going to get off of the camera so that I can start recording these videos and put this into a more SEO friendly and searchable format. But I'd like to thank everybody who joined in on the chat. Michael, Joy, Go Boy, thank you so much for joining in. It's kind of an impromptu chat, but I appreciate you coming. And also a huge thank you to RacerX for sending us these goodies. You are fantastic, You know, I know that you appreciate what we do, but we appreciate what you do too. So thank you again so much, everyone. And oh, Go Boy says he's glad he stumbled onto this. Thank you. I'm glad that you stumbled onto this too. And in case you didn't know, we have a whole bunch of single standalone videos for all the existing Final Faction stuff, if you're interested. And I hope that you are. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I'll get these Short Circuits videos posted just as soon as I can. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And this is Clay saying, keep it Retrobot. Yeah, I remembered to do the thing. And so now for those videos, I mean, I've already torn open the packages. I hate that I tore open the packages. I wonder if I can tape them or glue or tape. I might be able to tape or tape.